Good morning, you're welcome to Political Insight again. My name is Bena Hionofe. With me on the show today is an amazing personality in person of Dr. Ambassador Efedui Stanley Osamudiamen, House of Rep candidate for ADC Edo Federal Constituency. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, ma'am.
How are you doing, sir?
I'm fine.
It's nice to have you here on the show, basically.
God bless you, ma'am.
Okay. You're a politician. Of course, you're not oblivious to what has been happening in the political terrain, in political space for a long while. Right now, everything is just moving towards the 2023 elections. The major key players, the major political parties, as per their candidates and their roles in this political setting. In your understanding, what can you say about everything that has been going on so far?
Okay, as you've said, in what has going on so far in the political terrain, people are tired of PDP and APC because every day we go out there for campaign, one-on-one, meeting people one-on-one, and what they tell you, they are tired of the PDP and APC, that they want a change. People needed a change. What is the issue now is the direction that we are changing to. We have to change the narrative, change what is on ground before now. That is one of the issues. The people are already tired of these two parties that is on ground. What they needed is a change, and a change in the right direction.
What's the right direction?
The right direction is, one, cutting cost of governance. Because if you look at the cost of governance in Nigeria, is so high. Two, corruption. Corruption has eaten into the fabrics of Nigeria politics. When somebody will be spending a lot of money, what is spending the money for, you are not getting the result out of it. Like you give a contract, the contract is not being inspected. After sharing the money, they just go away with the money, and the contract is not done. The road you ask people to tie will still be there. And that government to come, it will continue from that same contract that has been paid for before in the past government, and that government will still be paying the same money for that same road. So it's the level of corruption in Nigeria is so high, and we are going to look at one or two ways. We are going to make law that will reduce corruption in Nigeria.
You seem to have a lot to say about this, but I'm going to ask you two questions. One, you will answer later. Is ADC the answer to these problems you've said? But before we talk about that, of course, you're in the ADC. You've been a political actor for so long. Can you talk about your political background, your race and your struggles so far? Okay.
ADC has come to rescue Nigeria.
Okay.
We have come to rescue Nigeria. That's our slogan from our presidential candidate. He told us to go that we have come to rescue Nigeria from all these things I've just narrated before, from corruption, from abandoned projects. He said if he gives a project and the contractor failed to carry out that project, we are going to make a law. After so many years, that contractor will be arrested and brought to book. Maybe you would think I've finished my tenure, but there is a law that is going to be put in place that you will be brought to book if you do not complete the contract given to you. That's one. And in my political background, I started politics a long time ago, and I've been a key player in politics. In my ward, where I came from, I am a ward leader. In my area, I'm the zonal head of my area, and I am a unit leader. Because any politician that cannot deliver its unit is not a politician. And since I've been in politics, I have not lost my unit. I have not lost my unit where I vote, and I'm still trying now to make sure I deliver my word in this platform I'm contesting now as a House of Rep candidate. I want to deliver my word. Even I don't win the election, I must deliver my word. Word 11 in Oredo. That's one of the things I will do. And my political background, as I said, as long as I've been in politics, from the first tenure of Obasanjo was when I entered into politics. Obasanjo ruled, I've been making leaders. The thing that prompted me into government or into governance now is because the leader we have been making, they have not been delivering. They have not been delivering. You send them there, they'll go and do their own thing. So I want to try, I'm a servant leader. I want to try to represent the people that is sending me there, not to represent myself. So they have been representing themselves, going there, they'll forget you. I have a form. The form is in my bag now. That as I am campaigning now, you will fill the form. Then after the election, if I eventually become the winner, I will first of all give those people that work with me. I first of all give those people offices work before any other people that will not come in. So I will not use somebody and dump you. Why I have not grown in politics ever since, or I have not been able to come to this level, is two things. One, if you don't belong to a set in Nigeria, you will not grow in politics.
That's what you think?
That's what I think.
Okay.
And it's an established fact.
A fact?
Yes.
But it can be your opinion.
It's my opinion, but it's an established fact. It's not from only me. Ask people. If you don't belong to a sect in Nigeria, you will not go far in politics. You will be stumped. There's a level you will grow to. That thing kept me for a very long time in PDP.
So do you now belong to a sect?
No.
Okay.
That's why ADC is a different ball game.
So why the ADC? Because it could be that, yes, you are trying to move yourself forward.
Yes, I'm trying to move myself forward because I don't want to belong to a sect.
And so ADC will give you the platform.
ADC gave me the platform on a platter of gold. On a platter of gold. If you ask me to pay for this position, I cannot pay for it. I got it on a platter of gold without paying a dime. I didn't lobby for it. But if in any other party, you were in this country, when some party presidential candidates, they use dollars to do their primaries. But in my primaries, one ask in my party, I didn't pay a dime for it. So that's why I said, if I have not left PDP to come to APC, I will not come to this level in politics in 20 years' time. And I have the political ideas, and I've followed leaders everywhere.
Speaking of ideas and speaking of you changing the narrative, what do you intend to do differently in the ADC? Because you are vying for the position of you are vying for the Oredo Federal Constituency in the ADC as per you being their candidate. And what do you even intend to do differently? It's not just about ideas. What do you want to bring to the table to change what other parties have been doing?
Okay, what other parties has been doing that? They've tried. People that is going for House of Rep, House of Assembly, Senate, they have been doing a very good work. You know, my major focus or my major assignment as a House of Rep member is to go make law. I know I have some other oversight function. My major assignment is to make law. And one thing is making law in Nigeria. Other political candidates or aspirants or politicians, House of Rep member candidate has been making law. But if they make law, the laws are not being implemented.
The only thing is about executing the law.
That's what I'm saying, implemented. Okay. That's the meaning of execution, if you want to further stress it. It's not being executed. And presently, I work with an agency, with the state government. We enforce law. The law that was made some years back with one of the former governors, I don't want to mention it because we're in a public show. I don't want to mention it. That law is what we are enforcing. My leader took that law up, and that is what's giving my salary now. I don't know if you get me. And we are enforcing that law now. So if I make law, I will put modalities on ground that will enforce the law I have made. That's one. Two, look at Nigeria has become flux of importation of all kinds of things you think of. As a shipping management expert, I will make law that will make sure we do export. No, we are not going to have import because we are not self-sufficient for now. We have import, or we also try to have products, agricultural products, other infrastructure that will go produce, that will make industries, they will make manufacturing for export. We are going to export things that will have money coming into our country, that our currency can raise. It's when you are exporting, when you are importing, you are depending on another country. But when you are exporting, other country will depend on you. Look at small countries here. Nigeria go to import things from other smaller countries, other smaller African countries.
You're talking about the devaluation of our naira. Yeah. At some point, years back, 8 years ago, our naira did not devalue to this extent. But we were importing then.
We are importing, but we were not exporting.
We're not exporting.
Not that we are not. The export is not.
The export strength.
The export strength. Let people should go into export instead of importing. Instead of bringing things. If you are bringing things, you are always you are managing that country's economy. But when you are exporting, you get people that will work, but there is not working. If I have a farm, if I have a bigger farm that I'm planning to have, I try more laborers working for me. From the farm products, I now go into manufacturing or processing. You know, I have more laborer that will work now. Then after that, I will not export those things outside. But they still tell us that presently now, Nigeria is not self-sufficient. That we first of all feed Nigeria for export. Let us carry Nigeria to that level. That's one thing that I have in my manifesto, that we are going to carry Nigeria to that extent of exportation.
I think it should be in your constituency, not
no.
larger Nigeria.
No, it's in my constituency.
But before we move more into what you have, more of what is in stock, you know, we cannot just ignore the elephant in the room, which is the crisis rocking the ADC. But before we delve into that, right now we have to go on the short break. Please don't go anywhere. Do stay with us. Thank you. Welcome back to Political Insight. Thanks for staying with us. I still have amiable Dr. Ambassador Stanley Osamudiamen with me in the studio. We're talking about, or I highlighted what we need to talk about, the crisis in the ADC. How would you say that that fact alone has affected other candidates in the party? You've been saying a lot of things you want to do as per you and ADC giving you the platform, but the ADC is in crisis. What do you have to say about this?
ADC is a crisis. It's a fact that our party on the platform I'm contesting from is in crisis, and it's a well-known fact that at times crisis give you more strength, because we don't fight a battle, you don't even know how to win battles.
Yeah.
The crisis in my party, one is the chairman Henry Onwusun, that has been the chairman for over 17 years. He has been the party chairman for over 17 years. I don't want to say it's ordeals, because some of the things he has been doing, or some of the ordeals he has been committing. But he has been a party chairman for over 17 years. His tenure just expired August, 2 months ago, 3 months ago. His tenure just expired, and he's still pleading for another 6 months. He has been there, he has never won a seat. There are some things he does that is not normal. That this president, after bringing this presidential candidate to the limelight, and some of the party chairmen discovered that this is what this man has been doing.
For 17 years.
For 17 years.
Now?
Yeah, not that they discovered, it has been on ground.
Okay.
That after bringing candidates, after primaries, they will now sell out. I mean, sell out. That He will not, before the, as we are planning to go for election now, he will bring another person from nowhere. He will just either quote ADC to another party. He will collect the money. Then in your state, you now just, I don't know if you're understanding me.
I understand, because it is surprising that the party suspended its presidential candidate.
Yeah, so that's so on August, I cannot quote the date. His tenure expired, and they asked him to resign, and so that the party will now make him like a stakeholder in the party.
Yeah.
But he is still saying no, that he wants to continue for. It's now wanting the party to give him 6 months. The party chairman throughout the state now came up and said, we are not going to give you any more chance, because you have been there for 17 years, you have done nothing. So what will happen now? You step down. So he now have issue with the presidential candidate. He suspended the presidential candidate. Not only suspension, but I will follow the presidential candidate now because they are on the side of the truth. He suspended the party, some state party chairman. He suspended them.
Would you even consider Dumebi Kachiku a true presidential candidate?
Yeah. Dumebi Kachiku is a true presidential. If not for this crisis that we have, the case is even in court.
What's the way forward for the ADC aspect this? Because we can't just say the presidential election is like a few months from now. Let's tap our fingers 4 months from now. And then you people are having this crisis, a major crisis. Do you think it's going to be rectified soon enough?
The case are in court. Wait for the court to give the final verdict, because from what's on ground now, the presidential candidate is suspended, and some state party chairman that is not in the former party chairman clique, in his clique, are suspended. My state party chairman, we are among those that were suspended, but we give a vote of no confidence that we still restore him back as our state chairman. He is the present national secretary in those that are holding brief before we do our Congress. Our Congress has not been done. So we don't have a national chairman. And it's affecting us directly or indirectly, affecting the candidate. Everything we are doing it on our own.
What do you think expenses. That will hinder your success to even win?
It will not hinder my success, because I believe that God that have given me a divine appointment also know how to take me to where it's taking me to. Wow,
I love your conviction. Well, back to you as per your manifesto. What do you intend to do for the Oredo Federal Constituency if you win as per God's appointment?
If God made it, I became the House of Rep member Oredo Federal Constituency, I will highlighted some of those things I will do. Let me further say some of those things I will do.
Okay.
I will support state police. State police, because if you look at this country now, when I was coming up, we used to sleep with our eyes closed, but these days you don't sleep with our, if not for the vigilante, the OPC, and some of those other volunteer that is in all around everywhere. In my street before now, you don't come out by 5 o'clock. Market women go to market who sell fish. They go to Koron by 5 o'clock. You don't come out by 5 o'clock. But because of the vigilante and some other security agency put in place by the state government, we'll be able to come out 4:30, 5 o'clock. I see some women going to the market by 4:30, 5 o'clock now. But that's why I will support state police. We will raise the motion in chamber, then argue it. Because some persons as if you give state police that the state governor will take an advantage to suppress other. But that does not mean we need security.
Is it not on the table?
I learned that it's on the table. But for now, if we get there, we are still going to further buttress this. Because we need security in this nation. You see what is happening all over the country? Boko Haram coming from nowhere. The territorial borders, there are loopholes. If like what we have in Edo State, it's still state police that is pursuing the Boko Haram, the people that is trying to kidnap and do some more, set other things in Edo State, if you are not aware. Police, let me don't use that word. Police does not go there. It's only when you call security vigilante that they go to pursue those people inside the bush. So we will support state police with all our resources. We also look at education. We also look at, if you look at other states, if you went to school in Nigeria, I don't know where you went to your school. I don't know if you went to school through bursary. When I was in my first year NC in Warri, I learned that they give bursary to Delta State students. In the Edo State, I've not heard of bursary.
It's true, Sha. Actually, I attended the University of Benin, and it was almost envious when you see your Delta State counterparts getting bursaries, you understand, and you as an Edo State indigene, you can't even get such nice perks to it. But your constituency, so you're saying you're going to do a lot of
a lot of bursary. I'll give out bursary, even if from my salary I will do.
Is that the capacity you want to function in?
Yeah. I'm an educationist, so I value people who read, who go to school. In my little way of supporting education, every weekend, I teach children before I go to work. 7 to 9, come to my house. I have my hall in my house. I teach children before I go to school. In my streets, I don't collect it. I used to run the school before now.
Wow.
But the school collapsed because of some certain reasons. Not everything you see online. The school collapsed, but I still have passion for teaching. I teach children 7 to 9 in the morning before I go to work. So I will encourage people. I want people to go to school because readers are leaders. If I had not read, maybe I would have known. I won't be able to get to the way I am now. And your dreams that you are dreaming that you want to become will be shattered. So I will support education, bursaries in my constituency. And not only that, equity, justice, fairness, respect for human rights. I am a human rights defender. I don't want to see you oppressed. I don't want to see where, because I have the power more than you are oppressed, you know. I don't want to see oppression. Maybe gender-based violence. All those we fight again. We make law. I know there are law already on ground. All those laws, they are not implemented. That is there was before this government came in. There was an issue that came up on ITV that they raped the person, so brutalized the girl. He raped her and killed her. That is what he brought to book. He brought to book. So
you've said a lot as per security, education, more security, you understand, and how in your reign, if you win, you are going to tackle this issue. But let's move forward. The ADC, what do they intend to do differently as per PDP, APC, and Labour Party with the crisis rocking the party? And do you think they won't have a chance to even win the presidency at all?
Don't say we don't have a chance.
I said, do you think
we have a chance? Like in my state, we have a chance. In some other states, I'm not talking about the presidency now, because the presidency, we don't know where the wings is blowing to.
Yes.
So, but for other candidates in my state, we have a chance. Reason best known to me. It's not everything you see online.
Best known to you, but other persons keen into the party's vision, rescue Nigeria. They may want to know what's the way forward as per your party. Because I'm sure you guys, you want to get enough votes in the coming election. So adding different things can ensure that persons keying into the vision of the party, they know that you people are on the right path, and thereby gaining and garnering a lot of votes from the masses.
We are on the race to rescue Nigeria. And in the rescue mission of Nigeria, our presidential candidate told us, before now, we have never run election to this extent in this party. All they do is to present candidates and sell out. But now, he told us to go and contest. Even if you do not win, but contest in this election. That's one hope he gave to me personally. If not for that hope and that presidential candidate, they would have pushed me out by now. But he said, if anybody, I'm quoting him now, if anybody tried to do nonsense, report him. I'll fight that person in the courts. But go and contest. Even if you don't win, go and contest the position. That's one thing that presidential candidate does. We are galvanizing, we are everywhere. If you watch if you are on my platform, you see what I am personally doing. But for the presidential candidates, I don't know what is debate of. Very soon, my chairman today will be coming to Edo State. What I'm saying about it, of course, he called a conference meeting in Abuja where he addressed us. That's why I'm speaking his mind now. I've not known him one-on-one like that, because he just became the presidential candidate and then emerged. Then he has been working. He has been working. He has personally empowered me.
Okay.
He has personally empowered. I don't want to mention the amount because empowered me. So I will not say it's not working. He empowered 50 persons. Out of that 50 persons he empowered, he has at 17 persons out of that 50 persons that will also go through his own training that he will empower again. Because that 50 persons, they thought it will be as it used to be that they want to sell at. Empower 50 persons, and I am among the 17 candidates that is going through the second screening for another empowerment.
You've really gone far, actually.
Because you are not following me online.
No, not just because of that. See, when you're having an intellectual conversation, you have a range to the not just achievement, but in terms of development, and you've exerted that to a large extent, and as per your ideas, your values, as per how you want to impact, if you win, your constituency, and that's a lot. Right now, we have to wrap up the show. I could go on and on having this conversation with you, but we have to draw the curtain at some point, and this is the point. So, what are your last words for this show before we go?
To tell already federal constituency that if they vote me, I'm a God-fearing person. By His grace, I believe things are done by the grace of God, not in your power. It's God that gave you power to wake up this morning. So, by His grace, I'll represent them where I'm a servant leader. He has sent me there. So, if I get there, I'll not disappoint.
Yeah, you heard him. He said he's not going to disappoint you. Thank you so much once again for being on the show. Guys, this is still Political Insight. Thank you so much for watching. Ensure you join the conversation across our social media platforms on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and of course, Twitter. We are still VOSTV Nigeria. I'm still Bena here on Ofe. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, bye for now.